Towards the end of my project, I wanted to look at some of the more hidden parts of our food system, and this is a squid boat in the South Atlantic. This is in the waters of the Falkland Islands, and squidfish is a very interesting. It's changed radically in the past 20 years with the development of these super high-tech boats, and these boats put out huge amounts of light, and the light attracts squid from the bottom of the ocean, and off the sides they have rotating lines of hooks. There are over 100 lines of hooks here, and it's like a curtain. They go down on one side and come back by the other, and the squid are deep in the ocean, and they see this light up high, and they start swimming up towards the light, and then they get snagged by the hooks, and they get thrown on the deck, and within a few minutes they're down below getting flash frozen. And virtually all the calamari we now eat was raised on boats like this, and they're very hard to photograph because they typically stay at sea for about 6 months without ever going to shore. And I was lucky to be able to get on board because this was in the Falkland Islands, which was regulated waters by the British. They had a patrol boat that went out every 2 weeks. And I went out with the patrol boat, and the patrol boat pulled up to the ship and said, hey, we got an observer from National Geographic. Will you let him on board? And they couldn't say no. So I spent about 10 days on this boat as a guest of the captain to photograph them at sunrise when you could see the bright lights and get a sense of the sea. But this is one of the hidden parts of our food system. And as a photographer, what I love to do is to take pictures of things that most people have never seen before and give them a surprising picture that tells them something about the world that affects their lives. This is the 2-week period when they ship all the goats to Mecca for the Hajj. On the third day of the Hajj, every pilgrim is required to slaughter an animal. And when you have 8 million pilgrims, that means 8 million dead sheep and goats. That's the cheapest animal that you can slaughter that qualifies with the regulations for the Hajj. And Somaliland provides about half of the sheep and goats for the Hajj. And so you have kind of a goat rush in the month before the Hajj. And this is one of the largest boats that takes sheep from Somaliland to Jeddah. And they herd them down through the city. You can see that over here. And in the evening, it's very hot here. This is in the port of Berbera near the Red Sea, and it's extremely hot. So they bring them in the late afternoon, and then they load them at night, so they don't get stressed out and die from being overheated. And it's just to me, it was just amazing. It was like Noah's Ark, but for sheep. To see tens of thousands of sheep and goats being loaded was quite extraordinary. It was also very hard to photograph. I had to be there at precisely the right time. It was also very complicated to get permission to fly my drone in a port on the edge of the Red Sea.